National Institute of Technology, Sikkim. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome Dr. C.P. Sharmaji, retired IT and founder and CEO under CPS Cyber Security Services LLP, Jaipur, Rajasthan. I request you to deliver your lecture on this topic, legal mandate and international standard.
Now, we discuss the second part, learned academicians and everybody online. So, to discuss the international standards in the domain of cybersecurity. Again, the question comes to our mind, why do we need the international standardization to protect the data in the cyberspace within our boundaries of our nation? What's the need of international standardization? The answer is in question itself. The cyberspace is a virtual reality which is not tangible and so has no geographical or physical boundaries. Since it is a global phenomena, hence the uniformity of international standard of cybersecurity is needed. So that is the need of the international standardization. Now the international standards for cybersecurity, they are formulated by the body named, the first is International Organization for Standardization, ISO, which everybody knows. And the ISO, in consultation with the International Electrotechnical Commission, IEC, the second is the IEC, International Electrotechnical Commission. So they established a joint technical committee, ISO/IAC JTC. The committee prepared the document on formation, technology, security techniques, and it was given the nomenclature ISO IEC 27001. The first was in the 2003, then 5, then 2013. So today it is there in the ISO IEC 27001 2013. The different international standards for cybersecurity controls required for securing the data as well as securing the transaction of money which are in use are total worldwide. The international, there are 11 security controls and they are of 5 different categories. This ISO is one category. It has 7 standards: ISO 27001, ISO 27015, ISO 8583, ISO 8583 first, ISO 20022, ISO 27017 and ISO 27018. All these are the cyber security standards, international standards. Then the second category is PCI DSS, that is the payment card industry data security standards. The third is the SWIFT, SWIFT CSP, that is the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications Customer Security Program, CSP, the customer security programs. Then fourth is the COBIT, COBIT 5. This is the COBIT control objectives for information and related technologies. And the fifth is the ITIL, Information Technology Infrastructure Library Framework Controls and Standards. Number 1, the Information Security Management System, just we discussed 27001 2013. It is an information security standard. The number 1 is the Information Security Management System, ISO IEC 27001 2013. That is intended to bring information security using IT security controls, which are defined in ISO 27002, total 114. It is basically to protect the data, including the financial institution data. That is the purpose of ISO. Then second is the ISO IEC TR 27015, 27015. So 27015 provides information security guidance complementing and in addition to information security controls defined in ISO 27002 for initiating, implementing, maintaining and improving information security within organization providing the financial services. That is this 27015. Now the third is, it is all the ISO family. Third, the ISO 8583. So this ISO 8583 provides controls for card originated financial transactions messages and interchange messages specifications are enumerated. That is ISO 8583. Then fourth of the family is ISO 20022. This is for controls to secure the electronic data interchange. And the fifth of this is ISO 8583 first contains controls for financial transaction card originated messages, interchange message specifications. This controls them. Now the sixth is the ISO 27017. The code of practice for information security controls based on ISO 27001 for cloud services. It is 27017 is for the cloud services, is control of storage of data in clouds. Then seventh is ISO 27018, code of practice for protection of personally identifiable information, PII, in public clouds acting as PII processors, again controls for the data storage in cloud. And in addition to the ISO standards, which are 7 standards controls, there are other internationally accepted standards also, which we just discussed. The second one is the PCI DSS, means the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards, which is a global forum that brings together payments industry stakeholders to develop and derive adoption of data security standards and resources for safe payment worldwide. Third is the SWIFT CSP. This is for the worldwide interbank financial telecommunications consumer security program, which provides a network that enables financial institutions worldwide to send and receive information about financial transactions in a secure, standardized and reliable environment. SWIFT is linked with more than 11,000 financial institutions at present in more than 200 countries and territories. Combating financial fraud is a challenge for the entire financial industry. SWIFT and its customers have to remain vigilant and proactive towards these financial frauds. While all customers are responsible for protecting their own environment, SWIFT has established the Customer Security Program CSP to support the customer to fight against the cyber attacks. Then fourth one is the COBIT, Control Objectives for Information and Related Technologies. So this is a business framework for governance and the management of enterprise in IT. It can be used by corporations to assess their information security performance and to implement appropriate management practice covering their control environment and key anti-fraud processes. Then last, the fifth one is the ITIL. That is the Information Technology Infrastructure Library Framework. It is the framework consisting of best practices and processes that can be adopted to provide IT service management. That is ITSM. All these international cyber security control standards are quite technical in nature. But since you all are the technocrats, it is not difficult for even a those who are interested in the technical details of these standards may contact through either email or mobile phone or through any source, or we can have some another session on the same platform as per the mutual time management. So Professor Govil is in touch with me and is in touch with you people also. So you can take the contact numbers and the contact details, or I'll send the contact details. So we can discuss on any day. Fortunately, one thing, as Professor Govil knows it, in my organization, the team is so strong. We have the 7 ISO certified lead auditors, officers, including me. So there is no problem. We can discuss. So if you summarize all that, it is a very boring and technical part, you see. But since we all are dealing in this, we all are dealing in the cloud and the data security and all that, and the society expects much more from us, that we will protect the data, we will advise them. So it is very essential to know how to protect the data, and that too, what is the legal mandate and what are the international standards. And so just to, if you summarize, cyber security can be achieved through, number one, through the secure technology. Number two, we must know the legal mandate, what are the reasonable practices and procedures and policies, and following the international standardization. That is very important. And implementing the international controls of ISMS ISO 27001-2013, or the controls under ISO 27002, or standards like COBIT or ITIL or cyber security framework. Regular exhaustive IT security audit of IT infrastructure will definitely help to protect the data, or the data protection, or the cyber security. Let's say the computer system, computer network, switches, routers, firewalls, devices, servers, storage, and data centers, software, email, website, web applications, mobile applications. All these, they should be secured, and the vulnerability assessment, thorough vulnerability assessment and mapping of the vulnerability of the system, and network penetration tests and exploitation of vulnerabilities in the system and network is a must. Thank you very much.